percents to fractions, but then we got to put the fractions in lowest terms. So when we look at the introduction, it says, Maya got 85% on a math test, and it says express this as a fraction in simplest form. So last week you guys learned how to do this. 85% equals 85 over 100. Easy peasy. But now we got to figure out, how do we make sure that this is in simplest form? And they tell you that you can divide both the top and the number by 5, and that's going to get us to the simplest form. And now this is a prime number. So we know it's in simplest form because it cannot go in to the bottom number. So I'm going to put factors of 100 over here, and feel free to use it. So we have 1 and 100, 2 times 50, 5 times 20, 10, or sorry, I forgot one, 4, my mistake. Let's go back and put in 4 times 25, 5 times 20, and then we have 10 times 10. So these are the numbers that we're looking for to use today. Let's go through and see what we can find out. So number 1 and 2, they ask almost the same question. They want to say if a number, it is divisible by 2, because you can always check and see if you can divide things by 2. If it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. We also call these even numbers. And they want to know, out of these numbers down here, which one is divisible by 2? Well, I see that this ends in 6, so B is divisible by 2. And, well, that ends in 1, so that's not it. And that ends in 5, so not it. And that, oops, let's erase this box so we can see the number clearly. And this ends in a 4, so that can be divisible by 2. Let's try the same thing for number 2. But what we really want to get into is, how do we change these to lowest terms? So I'm going to pick number 7, and this is going to be 60 over 100. I'm going to zoom in so I can write a little bit neater and easier. So 60, and let's change the pen size. 60 over 100. So I'm going to try to divide it by 10 because I see they both end in 0. So I'm going to divide by 10 on the top and the bottom to see what I get. And I get 6 over 10, because 6 divided by 10, or 60 divided by 10 is 6, 100 divided by 10 is 10. But I see that they're both even, so I'm going to divide them both by 2. And I get 3 over 10. 3 is a prime number and it cannot go into 10, so I know I am finished. Some of you may have said, well, Miss Yvonne, I saw it this way. 60 over 100, and I know I can divide them both by 20. And you're right, you can divide them both by 20, and you would have gotten 60 divided by 20 is 3, and 100 divided by 20 is 5, because I wrote the wrong answer to begin with, because 10 divided by 2 is 5, not 10. So we get 3/5, the same answer. So let's try another one. Let's try 45. So I'm going to put 45 over 100. I see they both end in a number I can divide by with 5. So I'm going to divide by 5 on both. And 45 divided by 5 is 9. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Now 9's not a prime number, but I know the factors of 9 are 1 and 3 and 9. And 3 and 9 do not go into 20, so this is in lowest terms. Let's try the story problem. Marcia spends 40% of her time, it's going to tell me multiply or divide, sleeping. What fractional part of the time does she sleep? So they just want to know 40% equals what is a fraction? And you guys would easily say 40 over 100. Well, I know that that's not in lowest terms, so I'm going to divide it by 10 because I see the zeros, and I'm going to divide by 10 on both sides. 40 divided by 10 is 4. 10 divided by, or 100 divided by 10 is 10. Well, that's not in lowest terms, so I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to divide it by 2 because 4 and 10 are both even. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I get 2/5, and that's in most terms because both numbers are prime. And so that's part 2/5 of time sleeping. And again, this is one that you guys could have done a little bit faster with one step by dividing it by 20. 20 goes into 40 2 times, and 20 goes into 100 5 times. All right, we're going to get all 18 done in class. Come see me if you need help.